The same thing. Who is your favorite person to kiss on the show?
Her.
What can I say?
It's the way she smells.
I was like 17, bro. You should be careful with that.
I was emotionally 14.
Rick's right. Yeah, he's right.
Charisma Carpenter was my favorite.
She said you too.
Yeah, she's We're talking on camera, right?
Okay, well, I have a completely unrelated question. Eliza, how do you get your hair to do that wavy thing?
I got off a plane last night and I have a curling iron. I'm not very good with it. I just burned the crap out of my shoulder the other, last month. But and I go this old school. You guys use like an old pick? These things are great. These are like boom, a little zhuzh going.
How much for a reel?
99 cents.
Just one reel.
That's all about honesty, right?
You guys watch that movie, I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker? Yeah. Can you bring 100? How much for a reel? Chris Rock.
Oh, okay.
And then he's like, he wants to buy one rib, and then he's like, okay, can you break 100? Because it's thanks everybody.
Someone please ask a question.
I'm commanding you. Everybody line up. There's got to be something interesting you want us to say.
Otherwise, Nick will talk.
Nick will keep talking. Okay, to keep Nick from talking. Julie, I hear that you have a new show coming out called The Gifted Man on CBS. Could you tell us a bit about that, and do you all have other projects that are coming up you want to share things about?
Yeah, A Gifted Man, Friday nights at 8 o'clock on CBS, and it stars Patrick Wilson, and he plays a neurosurgeon who gets a visit from his dead ex-wife. And I play his kooky, crazy sister who can't seem to get her life together, but believes in the afterlife and believes in all the spirituality and thinks it's the best thing to ever happen to him that he gets this visit from his dead ex-wife.
Who else has something? Eliza, let's start at the end.
I'm not going to talk, apparently.
I was just wondering, this is for, hi. This is for Nicholas Brenden.
Curling iron.
How did you know? Thanks. You have me tongue-tied. Let's see. I think it was 5 years ago you were here, and in one of your panels you still knew from the Buffy the Musical episode that line you sang in...
Which one? The witches one?
Mm-hmm, I was
It
wondering.
could be witches, I mean the witches, which is ridiculous, because witches are persecuted, wicked, good women power, and I'll be over here. Bum, bum, bum.
Rainbow Beret.
Shut up, you're hot.
I loved all the period costumes I got to wear, all the corsets and corsets and more corsets. They were hot.
And I liked the first half of the season when I got to kick major ass, and I didn't like so much the end of the season when they were trying to figure out how to kill me off. I was really bummed about that, but I like my leather pants.
There we go.
I kept a few of those pants. These pants, red.
Whoa.
Nice.
They really bring out your eyes.
Hi, this question is actually for Claire. I was wondering if you had a favorite line for Glory, like what's the hubbub?
A favorite, yeah. No, I really liked in the 100th episode when I kicked off
the Slayer's head, which turned out to be a robot, and I was like, hey, did anybody know the Slayer was a robot? For some reason, that one, I mean, she had so many great quips throughout the season, but that one, just the irony and the humor behind it, I just absolutely loved it.
Hi, this question is kind of for all of you, but specifically for Mercedes, Nicholas, and Eliza. Do y'all read the Buffy comics? And if you do you like them? And for you three, do you like where your characters were taken, and why?
I've read my Buffy comics.
I mean, you have...
I have read it. I haven't read your guys', but I read mine.
Well,
I don't know.
well, it's a series of comics, isn't it? Yeah. You have your own series?
Well, no, I have my own one comic. Book,
That's-
like one little book.
That's solely based on you?
Yes.
I've not read them. No, I do know that I'm in charge of a lot of girls and that Dawn and I are together. Which, she's still a 13-year-old girl to me. Which, the way that I roll is a bit too old. Disgusting.
I think of Faith and Angel, the #1 just came out like yesterday, right? I'm excited to read that. The ones that are already out, I haven't read them. Like I haven't really read them. No, I've heard about them and I've seen them. I've seen them in places like this, and people come and show me. And somebody last week told me that in one, Giles just loves him some Faith, and he gives her everything, and I like that. I like everything. But they're awesome, and I love that the show gets to live on in that space for people. It's huge. Do you like them? I like your outfit. It's cute.
Hi, quick comment for, I just wanted to say that best fight scene ever, Xander Harmony. Yeah. And my question is for Eliza, either on Buffy or Dollhouse. Is there any character you didn't get to play on Dollhouse? Or any aspect of your character on Buffy that you didn't get to play that you wish you had?
Oh man. We were gonna do like some kind of burlesque ninja combo. We had all these ideas. We had this board that we would throw things up on, but I think we pretty much covered a lot of ground, so I can't say I look back and go, damn it, I didn't get my burlesque ninja, but yeah, I was pretty set and psyched with all the characters I got.
But only one dying, and it technically, I guess, wasn't me. It was that other half, Ben. I liked all my fight scenes. I guess, well, Nick can tell you about the one where he hit me with the wrecking ball. I believe it was on his birthday.
You know that was make believe, right?
It was?
There are people up here. I didn't even see that. Hi, people up there.
I died and I fought a lot. My favorite fight was it was between me and Angel we're in like a Chuck E. Cheese child's place, and we start beating the crap out of each other. And it's only my favorite because at one point he slammed me up against the wall, and I told the stunt department I can take it. I'll remember to go back first, not head first into the cement wall. And in the moment, I forgot my promise, and I went head first into the cement wall and kind of got a concussion and saw stars. But I was so proud of myself because I had the vampire makeup on. And I remember David grabbed me after, like as soon as it happened, because he heard my head go clunk. And he saw my eyes go, ugh. And I looked at him and he looked at me, he's like, are you okay, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry. Because if I started to cry, it would be another 3 hours in makeup to get that, like, I'm like, just hold me, I'm not gonna cry, 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 I'm not gonna cry. But I had like a big lump on my head and a concussion, and that was my favorite. My favorite death, I loved all my deaths. But I like the staking myself. The best.
I got to do a wire thing once in the very last episode, and that's pretty fun. I mean, swinging on a wire, that's almost going to circus school, except you have to kick somebody's face in at the end of the line. So, really?
At least that's what they did to me.
Okay. So yeah, I guess that was the funnest part, like the wire stuff, because you don't get to do that in day to day unless you're really maybe drunk. I don't know.
And it all happens in your head anyway, so it doesn't really happen.
Our fight was my favorite fight, just because it was so silly.
It was really silly.
And I didn't know they were still filming it in slow motion, so I didn't realize how silly it was. Really good.
It's funny. I knew that they were.
Oh well, thanks for telling me.
Well, because I had my finger on the pulse. So
Right.
But whenever we shot things in slow motion, I always ended up moving slower too. You know what I mean? It's like,
really?
Remember the first slow motion shot I ever did was in the pack, and we're all kind of like walking cool, and it's like I was very new to acting, and I'm walking slower. I was like, no, Nikki, we actually shoot it slow. I know, practicing. I had a story not as bad as Julie's. But in the show called The Teacher's Pet, there was one where she grabbed me, and then I was flung down these stairs into her basement where she would have tied me up and then get my virgin sperm. But I had said, it was the first season, so they were kind of letting us do our own stuff, because I don't think they thought the show was going to last, and if they kill an actor, it's okay. So I said, oh no, I'll totally do this stair thing that you guys, have, and they said, great. So they just kind of patted me up, and when I was a kid, Kelly, my twin brother, and I would always fall down stairs and stuff. It was a little bit different. I don't know, for some reason in the first season, Xander decided to wear a lot of rings. I think I had a ring on every finger. So I do this thing, and I kind of go down, and I've got this pad on, and I nail my head on the bottom stair. And all the rings centrifugally flew off of my fingers, and one actually embedded into the wood within the cement wall. And I realized at that point that I'm never doing that again. Sorry, I did say cry. And
I love the fight scenes, all of them. I mean, I grew up with 3 big brothers, and so this is just another level of rolling around with the boys, and there was once where I punched Buffy in the mouth it was on camera but not on purpose, and it was a scene where I'm watching Seth Green in the cage, and I've got the headphones on, I'm watching him for her, and I'm like doing this dance, and I've got my things on. And she comes in and taps me on the shoulder, and I was pretty new on the show, and I whip around, I had this big ring on my hand, like the big key ring, and I whipped around, and I just clocked Sarah, like, right up in the jaw, and her
she
face
takes really well, by the way.
Yeah, she
loves that.
But I think, it was cool, because I think they ended up using that take, because the look on her face was just so shocked, and so I watched it, and I'm like, wow, that was, like, real, but fake, and, it wasn't totally my fault. I mean, not to point fingers, but when I immediately, it was like, I'm going to be fired, and I looked down, and she was like a foot in front of her mark, so it wasn't totally just me being a loser, but I didn't get fired, and then she wanted to fight more, and so a few, like, 4-page fight scenes where we just wrecked each other for days, and I really had a lot of fun with that. Just because I like, yeah.
Yeah, rolling around with the boys.
Or Sarah. Yeah.
And Mike, it's not you.
No,
it's not a wonder that you and Dawn ended up together. You're both so whiny. Anyway, on to the important person. Eliza, which of your
I do kick ass with my friends, dog. So
anyway, of your 2 major roles,
enjoy what you say.
oh, we can't handle criticism. Anyway, Eliza, which did you prefer, Dollhouse or Buffy? Which did you like the role, being the character? You're not even paying attention to me.
Nah,
Feeling the love. Feeling the love.
Or he went to go smoke a cigarette. I don't know. But what character did I like playing more?
Yeah, which show did you like being on more?
I I definitely don't have a favorite. I love that I got to work with Joss again and Felicia again, and they were both different, and they were both sort of like where I was at the time again. You know, Dollhouse came, and I was 20-something-year-old woman who had no idea what to do next and who I wanted to be, and that was pretty spot on. Joss's way of pulling, you know, story from reality. So they were both blessings for sure. Aw, Nikki, I feel like we should go like stand by our man.
He may have taken a moment outside, so.
Okay, he really left. Okay, we will continue, but just remember we have feelings too. Oh, wait.
I'm sorry I left. I didn't mean to leave like that. Okay, I'm back.
Back.
Next question. No one wants to ask anymore.
Hi, I have a question.
Hi.
I love all of you guys. I don't even have a favorite character. I love all of you equally. Great. And for you, Nick, I always feel sorry for you that you didn't end up with anybody and you lost an eye. So, kind of feel sorry for them. But I'm an actress and a costumer, and I have a costuming question if you guys know the answer, because this always bugs me when I watch the show. I loved all of your outfits. You always wore really cool clothes. But I noticed every time Buffy had long pants on, they were high waters, and I always thought they looked kind of dorky. And I always wondered, did the costumes make her pants a little short on purpose to make it easier for fight scenes? I always wondered why her pants were so short. Do y'all know?
I've never noticed that before.
Maybe Capri's brand. I don't know. It's not a good link.
Well, like the two, like when she was
Show off the shoes, maybe?
but also she like sometimes had pads underneath, so that's gonna raise it sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just wondering, I'll get better.
Yeah. You would have passed the course, that's for darn sure.
Hi, I love your show, by the way. And my question was, from Buffy, what was your favorite episode from shooting? Which episode did you have more fun shooting from Buffy?
Bad girl.
I like Bad Girls. We get to dance and beat people up and want to have, and like everything you can't do in real life, we got to do it and get paid for it and have fun. Bad Girls was tight. You remember that one? Yeah. It was a good one. Yeah.
Outside of the musical, because that's that kind of like just not. I mean, that's the best one, so I just don't use that one. I really very, very much enjoy playing Renfield in Buffy. My favorite line of all time. So this one up is the master. Yeah. So I had fun playing that part. And Bad Girls.
I would say Harsh Light of Day, because at first that was the first one where I became a vampire, and then I realized that I wasn't off the show.
Definitely the last episode, because I got to do the most, and I got to kick ass a little bit, which was fine, because I was always scared with the beret on my head. I had a theory, okay, not to hit the beret by, kick the dead beret, but I had a theory, because they kept that out of me for 4 episodes, that I was going to be killed off, and they were going to, because I would turn bad, and I would take the beret off, and there'd be like a little man, like, I had the terror of getting killed off, but looking at so many scripts and still wearing that beret was so infused in me. I literally could picture the man in my head.
Like that floating alien from the Flintstones? Yeah. What's up, Kazoo?
I mean, my favorite episode of Angel was called Darla. But I'll have to say my favorite episode of Buffy, and I wasn't even in it, is Hush.
That was a great episode. The favorite episode that I was in was I think probably No Place Like Home, the first one where I made my appearance, because I don't think anyone really knew what to expect from Glory, and even at the end of the episode you didn't know what to expect, so that was always fun. And then the 100th episode was great, because it was like the pinnacle to, you know, the season, the 5 seasons in a way, and to my storyline, so that was, and a lot of fighting in that one.
Sing in that Angel episode, because I don't sing, and when they called and asked me, I was like, seriously, do I'll run through fire, you can bury me alive, you can, you know, whatever, you can set me on fire, but please, do I have to sing? So yeah, I did it.
It's not democracy.
No, it's not. You get a choice, really.
It wasn't like a really, but when they wrote the episode where Buffy and I switched bodies, I was like, really? Really? And that was different, and that was fun. And I mean, she was already kind of iconic, and to study her and play her and imitate her and not get in trouble, that was I like those switch bodies. And then another, like, really, but in a great way, was I just loved the ending. I mean, I called Joss, and the whole ending of the show, I sat there and I was going, how is he going to pull this off? I mean, how do you take all of that and sum it up in something? What's the thing going to be? And I thought the way that he made every young woman a slayer and, like, spread, I just thought that was like, really, dude, you're that good. I love you. I love that.
Hi. Gumby kind of took my question. I always thought that Faith and Buffy had something, and then apparently in the comics, I just didn't read them, but Buffy had a little gay thing going on, so I'm waiting for the deleted scenes of you and Buffy. I just want to say also, going to my question, I just want to ask Eliza Dushku, why are you so hot? Because you're like so sexy, and I mean that in a totally respectful way. You're really hot. You're so hot.
I was gonna say, you got a little look going on there, honey. Who are you? That's really sweet, and just doesn't like register to me at a certain level, because I mean, you know, I just see myself as like a total tomboy kid that has a luckiest situation, lucky to have my job and you guys, and I'm humbled all the time and just so appreciative. So thank you for making me better. What are you dressed as? I'm slow. Hot. Do it. I love your red lips and the hair.